everyone, and welcome back to Within a Budget, or if you're new here, welcome. I'm Paula, and today I'm going to share our meals of the week with you. We have a bit of work going on in the house at the minute, so for some reason I seem to keep doing the roast on a Monday rather than the Sunday. But we've actually got two this week because I managed to do it on the Sunday. So I say my meals of the week run Monday to Sunday. So yeah, just jumping straight on in then. So Monday we had just a simple roast chicken. This is just basic veg, and yeah, it was really nice. I never put the gravy on for anybody else. We always do that when we go through to the table. On Tuesday, I'm using down some bits, still trying to get rid of the odd bits in the freezer that we have in the house. So because my husband and my son, they don't like the stuffed peppers, so I've put them on some chips instead. I took apart the kebabs and I just wanted to fry them, and it came out really nice. We just had it with a simple salad. As you can see, all of my lot, sort of everybody likes different bits from the salad, so I just played it up as people like it. So yeah, that's why they all look a little bit different. But I say this was just such a simple meal, and I say it was really tasty, and helped get rid of quite a bit out of the freezer, which was quite nice. I say I've managed to defrost one of them so far, and I'm very close to doing the second, so yeah, fingers crossed. On Wednesday, I did a chicken and bacon pie. This was my first time making this, so I thought I'd just give it a go. So I'll talk you through what I did. So I put the chicken and some chicken stock in a saucepan just to heat up. The stock was just meant to cover the chicken. So I say there wasn't actually a measurement with this, and I used just the chicken that was left over from our roast dinner. So added a cup of sweet corn. Then I fried off some bacon until it was cooked. I removed that from the frying pan but left all of the bacon fat in there. Then I had to melt some butter, and I cooked my onions down in this, and then I added, no measurements again, it was just kind of a sprinkle of the pepper and a sprinkle of the nutmeg onto the onions. And then I added 1 tablespoon of plain flour in with these onions, and just let it cook through sort of, I think about a minute, just until you couldn't really see the flour, and I say it had all absorbed into the oils and the bacon fat. I say it just, you couldn't see it anymore. And then I just gradually added some milk in, a little bit at a time, sort of add a bit, stir it into the sauce, and then add a bit more, and this is how it came out. It came out into sort of a creamy sauce. So yeah, once I was happy with this, then I added 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard into that sauce. I put the bacon back into it, and I poured all of this, juices, everything, back into that one pan, and then I just left it alone to cook and reduce down any fluids that were there. And that was it for the pie filling. Then for actually constructing the pie, I used some melted butter and I used some extra virgin olive oil, mixed them together, made sure that I completely brushed over this pan, because I haven't actually got like a removable bottom one, so that's the one that I used. I used the phyllo pastry. This is something that I had in my freezer, and I'm not going to lie, it was very out of date. And when I say out of date, I'm probably talking 21, so yeah, no judgment, but I say it tasted fine. I wouldn't have used it if it had smelt funny or looked funny. I say I thought I'm gonna try it, and I'm glad that I did, because it was absolutely fine. So basically every piece of phyllo pastry that I put down, I buttered and oiled it. Just, it made it a bit more durable, and I could mold it a bit more as to where I wanted it. So I put half of the pie filling in, and then I've covered it again with another sheet of phyllo pastry. You can see I've left sort of lots of little bits over the edge of the pan, because once that last bit of pie filling is in there, then I just sort of fold them all up and butter them, and yeah, I say it all just kind of meets on the top. yeah, and this is how it came out. So I was really pleased with this. It went in the oven at 190 degrees and it was in there for about 20 minutes. And I think it came out really well. If anybody is actually going to try to make this, the only thing that I would say, I didn't do it, but just as a pointer, don't add any salt into it because you get enough salt out of the bacon. So yeah, if I had put any salt in, it would have been too much. But I was really happy. I say the pastry was really lovely and fluffy and flaky. So on Thursday, we had a tortilla pie. This is something that I found a really long time ago online. It's really simple to make. You kind of put it together like a lasagna. So I thought I'd show you this one as well as to how we actually make it. So I just fry the mincemeat down. And then I'll add 1 chopped onion into it and just keep moving them around till it softens. I had 1.5 teaspoons of cumin, 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper and 1/4 teaspoon of smoked paprika. Then I added 1 tin of chopped tomatoes into this. As you can see, I've got it bubbling quite nicely. And then I sort of filled the can with water, sort of just 1/4 way, and added that in with it. Then I had a tin of kidney beans and 1 cup of sweet corn. So they went in, and no measurements, surprise, surprise, just a sort of squirt of tomato sauce. And then 1 beef stock cube, or stock pot, should I say, sorry. And that is kind of all I do with it. I just leave it bubbling until it sort of reduces down a little bit and it's all come together. If you're not a huge fan of heat, just be careful on how much cayenne pepper you put in there. Maybe reduce it down a little bit, but that's how much my family likes. So yeah, when I say it kind of goes together like a lasagna, as you can see, that's what I've done here. I'm not quite sure why I do the triangles of the wrap. It's just something that I've always done. But once it's all in there, then I'll put some cheddar on top. We do like quite a bit of cheese in this house. I say cheese is always a winner. I say it makes everything taste better, I think. But yeah, and then loads of spring onions chopped up and obviously washed. We sprinkle them on the top, and they actually really give something to this meal. So if you don't add them, I feel like it's just lacking a little something. I say it's nice to have these on top just for a bit of crunch. And then it literally goes under the grill until your cheese is melted. And yeah, you can do it as long as you want. I say this wasn't too brown, but I say this is kind of how we like it. The kids really like this one as well. So I say I've literally just quartered it and everybody's had a quarter. So yeah, went down really well. On Friday, it was a simple meal tonight. So we just had chicken wraps and chips. This is how I tend to do wraps when we're doing it. Everybody just makes their own up to the table. You can add as little or as much as they like. It's nice to have the salad there. And I say there's normally cucumber and tomatoes left over afterwards that the kids just sort of sit there and munch on. But I've got no problem with that. Saturday, this could have been a disaster. We had been out all afternoon and nobody wanted to come home and cook. So we ended up picking up pizzas on our way home, which was better and cheaper than it was getting a takeout. And on Sunday, I'm really happy. I managed to do my roast. So yeah, we had just roast pork today. I'm still learning my new oven. If you've been here a while, you know that my oven broke and I had to get a new one. I say the potatoes seem to do a lot quicker than it did in my old oven. So yeah, it's gonna have to take a little bit of adjusting. Okay, so that's it. I hope you all have a lovely week. I will see you again, hopefully, and take care. Bye.